What's up, adventure crew? Come along with us on our last trip of the 40th season to Dollywood. We decided to hit the park on New Year's Day, and as you can see, it was crazy busy. We weren't expecting to be this many people, but we did end up having to park in D. But that's all right. Here's our first ride of the day.
This jacket is too big for me.
You'll be all right. Alan's the only one excited.
No, are you warm or cold? Oh my gosh, it's warm out here.
It's not that
Yes,
warm.
it is.
It had been a cold few days, but it finally warmed up, and that's why the park was packed. We did take our traditional pic of when we enter the park, and then here's the wait times when we arrived at the park. We didn't get there right at open. It's all right, we haven't all year. We decided to grab some lunch, and then we hit the carousel to begin with. We do live about an hour and a half away from Dollywood, so on the way in, we all made our must-do list of the items that we wanted to touch on one more time before the park closes for the off-season. Dollywood does close on January 4th, and they close for a couple months and do some construction work. Plus, another reason they close is because it gets too cold in the Smoky Mountains, and the weather is completely unpredictable. After the carousel, we hit the swings. The waltzing swinger has been in Dollywood for a very long time. It takes riders 25 feet up into the air and then just goes around in a circle. You must be 42 inches tall to ride with an adult or 48 inches to ride alone. This is Baylor's first season of being able to ride it on his own. Next up, we did a little bit of scrambler. To ride the scrambler, you must be 36 inches tall, and it does really scramble your brains up. It's the good old classic carnival ride. Next, we decided to hit the arcade games. Baylor here didn't realize we already bought our tickets, so he's coming on because we're ready to roll. The vouchers are 8 vouchers for $54, and as you can see in the country fair area, there are several arcade games that they have available to play. One voucher will typically get you a play, and there are some of the games where if you play, you win no matter what, but there are some where you actually have to use some skills. This game here, you have to get in the red or blue buckets in order to get a prize. This one here, depending on how many people are playing, depends on the prize that you get. After we gathered our winnings, we decided to go ahead for a walk through the park. We thought about riding the train, but as you can see, that picture was crazy busy. So we decided to take some snapshots instead. Riding the train was one of our must-dos, but we decided to scratch it after we waited for 40 minutes and didn't get on the train. So we backed up and punt, and we decided to continue on our walking trail, but we did get this cool shot of the train and the boys playing in front of it. We ran over and caught 'Twas the Night because we did really enjoy that show. So here's a few snips of it. We as a family really enjoyed 'Twas the Night, so if you catch it next season, make sure you get a chance to see it. Here's a few of the lounge flies that we had found in the shop next to Dolly Experience, and of course we had to run through the museum one more time just to make sure nothing changes in the off season. And here you can see some of the memorabilia from steel magnolias that was on display in between the scenes.
In Tennessee, you have weather issues. If you do something outside, it could be 80 degrees, it could be 35 degrees. You don't know in the spring what you're dealing with, so you have to be prepared for both.
Food and drink are not allowed in this section of the museum. It is a separate building from the Dolly Parton Experience. There is a hands-on area for kids to play with some magnets, but there's also many different displayed items from Dolly Parton's career. You can also check out each season because they change them as the year goes on. And one of the other additions for the 40th was this beautiful Dollywood sign that was placed on top of the hill. We decided to go and try to ride Barnstormer for the first time this season. Here you can see the kids playing in the test seat. But while we were waiting, the ride broke down. There was a malfunction with one of the seats. Well, in true rider fashion, we took this as a sign that it was not our turn to ride. There are 2 playgrounds located up here, so the kids wanted to hit all the playgrounds before the season ended for the off season. So here you can see that they're playing. This one here is called Granny's Garden, and there is an airplane slide just to the left of this. As we made our way around the park doing our one last must-dos of the season, we hit up Blazing Fury and took in the beautiful Northern Lights sky display. Here's just a glimpse of it. It's funny, even though we went to this park all year long, once a month, there are still things in the park we haven't done, such as play at this arcade. Colin really wanted to ride this motorcycle ride, and the other two also really wanted to do the claw machines. As you can see, there were no show times remaining. This was about 8 o'clock at night on New Year's Day. Here's our wait time. We were all getting kind of tired, so we decided to make our way out of the park. There is a claw machine in that arcade game where you can keep playing until you win, but because it's end of the season, the prizes were very low, and it took us a long time to get this prize.
What is that, your prize?
Yes, that. It took us 100 tries to do.
Yes, it did.
She's not kidding. It really took us about 100 times to get that little rubber duck. We weren't going to let it defeat us. We got to this point, and as you can tell, we decided to head out to the exit because we were getting cold and tired. We took in a few last little looks at the lights and one more ride on lumberjack lifts. But as you can see, the park was clearing out. It was about 8 o'clock. The day didn't exactly go as we had planned, but we did do a lot of must-dos and a few things that we had never tried before, so that was exciting. Dollywood has a lot of great theming points that you really must experience if you're ever visiting the park. Now, there are some days that the lines are very long for food and different activities, such as the shows, but there's no way to predict that. It's just like the weather in the Smokies. There ain't no way you can predict that. But there are tons of photo ops, so definitely take it in if you ever visit the park. One of our goals as a family this past year was to visit once a month to Dollywood and to experience each of the festivals and seasons. I would have to say our top two favorite seasons are going to be the Fall Festival and then the Christmas season. But any season at Dollywood is a lot of fun, so definitely try and check it out. If you're planning a trip to the Smokies, make sure you add this to one of your lists. But there are a ton of things to do in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. So as you can see, we did our last few little items, such as grab some bakery good items, and of course get our photos because we do the yearly photo pass. And then of course take the last ride of the night on our tram back to the car. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we hope you enjoyed it so much that you hit like and subscribe and tag along for another adventure.